Welcome back to Superstar Glam. My name is Janice and today's video is a review on the Melt Cosmetics Gemini 2 palette, which I created this look here. But before we jump into that, if you haven't yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Click the little button down below, subscribe, and also click the little notification bell. That way you're alerted every time I upload a video. If you're interested in this review, some swatches, and my opinion on this palette, then just keep watching. Okay, so as you can see, I am prepared today in case we encounter any fallout, and we are going to be dipping into the Gemini 2 palette. This is what the color story looks like. And I wanted to have a side-by-side of the, I'm assuming this is the original Gemini palette. This one I purchased quite a few years back. Let's do a comparison side by side. So the only thing that might be similar are those green shades, but it doesn't seem to be duplicated in this palette. Also, from what I can see, for me, it's missing a lighter shade. I usually like to have like either a bone color or even like a light shimmer shade to pop in the inner corner, but it's obviously not a deal breaker because I do have tons of other palettes that I can dip into for that. Okay, I'm going to start with the shade called Bella, and I'm going to pop it. Oh wow, it's really bright. I'm going to pop it in the crease area, and my goal for this palette is kind of, or for this look is kind of, to do something different since the storyline is very similar to the past palettes that I've been reviewing. They all have like the mauve, reds, burgundies shades. So I'm trying to make this one, if I can, as different as possible. Also for me, it's a little strange of the mixture of red and green, just because they do cancel out if you do mix them together. So this will be interesting. I still don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to apply Ladylike, and I'm just going to pop it closer to the crease, not as farther as I did with the other shade. And so far these shades are really pigmented and they are blending out nicely together. I'm going to take a clean brush and I'm just going to go over the edges just to make sure that there are no harsh lines. I'm going to take this BH fan brush. It's one of my favorites for precision. And I'm going to take the next shade, which is Lovesick, and I'm going to deepen the outer corner with this shade. And this is kind of going to be me mapping out the outer corner. So far this shade is really nice. Has a power punch, but also easily blends out. I'm going to slightly bring it in just a tiny bit, while the focus is going to be in the outside corner. This is an even smaller fan brush, and I'm going to take the shade LX Queen, and I'm going to use this to kind of add depth to this shade that we just applied. So I'm just using this to deepen this outside corner, and those blend out really nicely, these two shades. It's definitely an accent to this burgundy shade because it still remains like a deep true wine. It just complements this burgundy very nicely. I'm gonna go back to the fluffy brush, but now I'm going the shade called Gemelas, and I am going to just deepen this inside corner. That's a beautiful like a tea rose color. I'm going to take another fluffy brush and I'm going to take the shade Sweetheart and just continue over this border just to help blend out that top. I'm going to go back with the shade Bella, and I just want to blend out this outer. I'm going to take like a small like dome brush and taking the shade Gemelas, and I'm just going to use this to blend out the edges. I just want it to help blend out and transition those harsh lines, and that does a really nice job. I'm going to go back into a lipstick just to see how this will work. I'm going to use Boy Mom, which is like a cool tone, like olivey brown, just to further darken this outside corner. Oh yeah, it almost adds this deepness, like if you almost like if I would have used a black shade. I'm going to cut the crease to then layer on the shimmers. The shade that I'm actually going to go in with is actually the two shades that are in here, which is Schmood and Mateo. So I'm going to start off with Schmood, super pigmented, and you do pick up a lot of shadow. So this is going to be the color that I pop right by the dark shades that I've been applying, and it's gonna blend into the shade Mateo. That's such a pretty color. There is a bit of fallout, but good thing I applied powder to wipe it off. And now go on to Mateo, which is that shimmery green, like olive color. And I'm also spraying it, and then this one is gonna go on the rest of the eye, and I'm going to leave a little bit of an opening because I want to pop in the lightest matte shade Bella in this inner corner, since that's my lightest shade. Yeah, they have like a really nice shift duochrome, so somehow it works. Okay, now I'm going to apply Bella into this inner corner. Somehow works because it's so light that it almost comes off as like neonish, meaning it's definitely not lacking in pigment. I'm going to go back into a lovesick, and I just want to make sure that it's blended out with that duochrome. We're going to dust away this powder. Okay, the smaller fan brush, I'm going to go in with Boy Mom and apply it to the outside bottom lash line. Then taking Lovesick to help blend that out, and then bringing it halfway. To take this one step further, I'm going to take, this is the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Full Red. And these pencils, they're meant for a lip or eyeliner. And I'm going to apply them as eyeliner on my waterline. I typically don't mess with my waterline, but I feel like with this look, it just needs a little something. I'm going to go back to Losick and just blend that out. I actually didn't dip my brush. I'm going to take Sweetheart, and I'm going to run it all underneath to soften the bottom. I'm going to take the brush I used, Bella, and it doesn't have any more product. It's just going in and then also blending it and connecting it to the top. I'm going to apply a coat of mascara before I go in with false lashes, and then I'll be back for the final look. So this is the completed look, and I cannot find anything negative to say about this palette. Actually, I can't say one negative thing about this palette. The only thing that I could nitpick is just the fact that there wasn't like a lighter shade to pop in the inner corner, but overall I think the The color story is really pretty. There was nothing wrong with any of these shadows. They all performed really nice. The only one shadow I did not use was this olive green shade right at the end, but for the most part they all blended out really nicely. Other than that, everything was problem free. Just a little bit of a fallout on the shimmery shades, but nothing that concerns me. With just a little bit of powder under the eye, or just even going in with like a wet brush to give you more control, would help with that. But other than that, everything was really, really nice. It all worked out. And actually, surprisingly, I really love the combo between that green and that just the whole color story. It all works out really nicely, and it's something that I would have never thought of on my own. So it's nice to have somebody kind of do it for you in terms of what will work. But yes, I definitely approve. I definitely recommend. I think it is worth the money. And with my past experience with the first Gemini palette, I wasn't disappointed then either. I look forward to any future launches from this brand. I hope this video was helpful in deciding whether or not you were going to pick this palette up. I will link down below if you're interested. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you next time. Bye.